I'm doing pop culture, celebrity news, stories like that. Before I start here, I gotta just let everybody know who the real Laura B is in case you don't. The real Laura B is on Twitter. She's been on Twitter for a very long time defending Johnny. She's got now 72,000 followers. I remember when she had about 8,000. That's about the time I found her threads. And the thing is, Laura's really nice. She tweets out very professional, mature criticism and facts about Amber. So that's who Laura is. And Laura was at Virginia, which is also great. So that brings me to this here from NBC News. It says a pro-Johnny Depp YouTuber was sent a cease and desist after she targeted an employee of Amber Heard's PR team. Amber Heard supporters have gotten attention defending the actress, leading to pushback from Johnny Depp fans, and some argue crosses into harassment. And I gotta mention, these sites, the legacy media, some would still call the mainstream media, are only going one way. They never write articles about Amber fans and Amber stans and things they do to Johnny fans. Most Johnny fans are out there, I think like I am, promoting facts and evidence and things like that. And like I said a million times, the occasional joke is okay. You can't say it's harassment to joke about Amber Heard because pretty much every celebrity in the world gets joked about at some point. And by the way, I would consider Laura more of a Twitter user. She's got 70,000 plus followers on Twitter, and her YouTube is not quite that big. It might get there, but at this point, she's mostly on Twitter. Laura Brockoven, who was once a real estate salesperson in Massachusetts, according to a public real estate license records, regularly defends Depp on Twitter and YouTube. On Thursday, the law firm Bergenson LLP sent the cease and desist letter to Brockoven, who says it falsely claimed that a Twitter account that regularly defends Heard in viral threads belongs to Christina White, a publicist at Shane Communications, a firm contracted by the actress to manage her public relations. Now, notice they don't show Laura's tweet. From what I understand, I haven't seen every single tweet on this issue, but Laura just asked if it was her. Laura did not actually state that it was her. And this is why some people, like you'll see, think that this person does not have a case against Laura, because you could just ask a question. Nothing wrong with that. White said in a public statement on her website that she faced targeted harassment from Depp fans, including her family's addresses being posted online. I'm not sure where anybody would get that, though. How would people get her family addresses, and why would they be posted? It seems irrelevant. I mean, she's claiming it. I don't think Laura did that. Like I said, I haven't seen every single tweet, but I've been following Laura for 2 years now. It just doesn't seem like something she would do. Asking a question, okay, maybe, but not that doxing of family members. And here's the letter from Christina White. The unfounded online harassment has gotten out of hand, with addresses of my loved ones being posted on the internet. So for the record, I am not Camilla, nor have I ever communicated with this page. Okay, so Camilla is somebody who's been tweeting hundreds of tweets a day in defense of Amber. Now, it could be that Laura got this wrong. Laura thought this might have been Camilla, and it wasn't. Okay, that's pretty much an honest mistake. But then again, as of today, it appears, for whatever reason, Camilla took down her account that was really heavily, relentlessly defending Amber. I wonder why. Little bit shady. So let's get into some of Christina's letter. Number 1 says, I specifically head diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts for some of our clients. Not sure why that's relevant. Maybe she's putting it out there just because if we find out who the real Camilla is, or she reveals herself, she could say, making the claim we're not doing the same job. I was not hired to work on this case. Per the original article posted by Laura, I was hired in March. It is public knowledge that our firm did not begin working on the case until March. So she was working on the case. So Laura said March. It was actually May. All right. I mean, that could be a date mix-up. Just an easy correction. Doesn't sound like harassment. I have never done grassroots social media management. My resume and LinkedIn very clearly say executed 40 years plus events for grassroots movie promotion for studios, including this was done in addition to an internship I had in 2015. I did social media management work for a few small companies also in 2015 and have not done it since, hence both being categorized under my freelance work. Still not sure exactly what this proves. Again, like number one, I guess she's trying to say if Camilla's identity is revealed, they're not the same person because they're not doing the same job. Okay. But I gotta remind you, Laura just asked. She didn't actually say as a fact, as far as I know, because I did see the tweet where she asked the identity. And Colonel Kurtz also pitched in her opinion on this, and she says lawyers can't do anything to Laura for asking questions, which is the impression I got that Laura was just asking questions. The Camilla account is shady, and no amount of threats changes that, whoever is running it. Add me to your lawsuit. I stand with Laura. Never thought I'd type that. Laugh out loud. And she says, never thought I'd type that because I think she had, I don't know, a little back and forth with Laura, something like that. They weren't like enemies, but not on the best terms. Not exactly sure. But the point is, they were doing their separate things. And then Colonel Kurtz says, it's also very strange to see a pure person at a major controversial firm like Shane Combs acting so freaked out about getting some minor attention on Twitter from some Depp supporters. Very odd. Gotta say, yeah, I mean, she just freaks out. Like she says down here, this is all I will say at this point in time. The lawyers will now do their job. So she's getting legal about what? Being asked if she's this certain Twitter user? Like Colonel Kurtz rightfully says, that is kind of shady. Anyway, this is still developing here. Obviously, doesn't seem to me like Laura did anything wrong from what I could see out front. Also, I was going to say, why is this news for NBC? And it seems like they've got an internet section now. So it's probably not one of their cover stories right on their front page. It's probably in their internet section. So looks like the legacy media, mainstream media, is going to start covering Twitter stuff and more social battles that we've been in, I guess because they need content, they need material. And their opinion is usually really, really piss poor on it. I mean, they're never involved. They're just reporting surface level and usually taking the word of people who are, well, again, kind of shady. Let me know what you think down below. Big shout out to the real Laura B. She's on Twitter. Maybe give her a follow. She follows me because I've been following her for years now. And because I guess I'm kind of cool. Alright, that might have came off wrong to some people, but we're done here. If you're not subscribed, consider it. I'm doing shout outs, special thanks, things like that. Done here for now. See you next time.